In the time that we spend in this video segment, I want to talk to you about the Reformed Church in America and the way it works together across the country. You know, many years ago, the Reformed Church in America, our particular kind of tradition, our particular kind of church came over from Holland. And they were known as the Dutch Reformed Church for many years. And the church has a long history in the United States, going back to 1618, long time ago. But more recently, this is the way things have gone. The Reformed Church in America has realized that we need to change a lot of things. We had gone through a time when the church grew rapidly in the 1950s. The churches were full, and there were all kinds of people, children and families in the church. And from the 1950s into the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that began to decline a lot. The Reformed Church in America lost a lot of members. There was a lot of change going on in churches, a lot of changes in Christian music, a lot of changes in worship. And so the Reformed Church in America looked carefully at that and agreed that there were some things we needed to open up. And so, for instance, in our church, we'll have a discovery service and a traditional service. The traditional service at 11, and which you'll attend as part of youth membership, has a certain structure to it. It has certain kinds of clothing and certain kinds of physical things associated with it, like candles and pulpit. And that's the way the church looked for decades. And the early service, on the other hand, looks more like the emerging Reformed Church, where we don't have, we dress more casually. There's not the same physical surroundings, but much more open. Music is newer, music from the last 5, 10, 20 years instead of the last 50, 100, 200 years. And so the music is more recent. And the Reformed Church in America has committed to this, to be a church in mission that says what's really important is whether we are contacting people and reaching people with the message of Jesus Christ. And so we're involved in a 10-year mission project right now. And the Reformed Church is starting new churches all over the country right now. It's a very exciting time. And a lot of those churches, most of those churches, will look like our early discovery service in the way that they structure themselves. So churches in the Reformed Church in America associate in groups. There's about 1,000 churches in the Reformed Church in America, all across the country. And they're divided up into regional groups called a classis. Now the classis is a group of maybe 30 churches. We here at Ocean Church are in the classis of New Brunswick. And the classis is, we have churches, for instance, in Linden, in Brielle, Pinelands Reformed Church, in Toms River, Whiting Reformed Church. And we meet together, and as I've shared with you about how you become a minister, the classis has to test and approve and ordain ministers. So that's one of the things we do. We look at students coming up, we talk about them, and not every student makes it. There are many times when we say to a student, we're not sure that this is the right thing for you to be doing. And so before you invest a lot more in it, you need to answer these questions or look at these issues. And so the classis of New Brunswick meets a couple times a year. We deal with issues surrounding our churches. We meet together as ministers to support each other. And in the classis of New Brunswick, we have groups of ministers who meet every month. And I lead a group of ministers, and we talk about how things are happening at our churches, whether we're filled with energy and enthusiasm for our work, or whether there's some discouraging things going on. And we try to encourage and support each other. So there are these about 50 classes around the country that the Reformed Church is divided into. The Reformed Church also has clusters of those classes called regional synods. And we are in the Regional Synod of the Mid-Atlantics, and they have a website that I work on for them. I maintain it. It's at rsmat.com. And there you see different things that are happening in regional churches. A lot of us do things together, have Christian education events or mission projects where we support each other. And so the Regional Synod is part of the life of the Reformed Church too. And if you look at that website, you'll see different things. It's actually linked from our website. Our website has Ocean Community Church in the Classis of New Brunswick, in the Regional Synod of the Mid-Atlantics, in the Reformed Church in America. The Reformed Church in America is our national group. They have a website too, rca.org, and the link will be on this page that you're watching this as well, so you can go there and browse around and see what's there. There's a lot of information there. But every year, a certain group of ministers, a different group is elected to go to the General Synod, a meeting every year of the church, where they talk about big issues affecting the church and its ministry. So one of the things you want to understand, and just as we wrap this up, is that we are not independent churches. We call ourselves Ocean Community Church, a congregation of the Reformed Church in America. So we are part of a connectional church, or what in our language in the Reformed Church we call a covenantal church, where we have obligations to each other. We are obligated to help each other and support each other. And that happens in different ways, where people from one church will go if there's a need in another church and help, where the ministers support each other. We're obligated to do that by the way in which we're organized as a church. And it also means that no church is on its own when it faces a problem. And so different churches at different times in their life have different kinds of issues that come up, different kinds of problems. And in the Reformed Church, part of that means there will be other ministers and other elders from other churches who come and help you figure it out. And it's really a wonderful thing. You know, I've gone to many churches that have been in trouble in a crisis time, and I've been able to work with them a little bit and help out. And this church has benefited at times too. When we didn't have this new building and we had trailers, those trailers were largely supported by gifts from other Reformed churches who said, you need more space for Sunday school, we'll contribute money to help you build that. So we do ministry together. And so we're different from some churches. There are churches in our area that are independent churches. They have no government beyond themselves. And so if they go off, there's nobody to do anything about that or to help them. And so it can be very, very difficult and very sad at times. And so that's part of how the Reformed Church in America is structured, different levels. It comes down in your local setting to your consistory, the elders and deacons that are part of your congregation, our congregation, are the governing group in the life of the church. And then it moves on from that. And so that's how we do our work together. You have to do your work together somehow, and that's how we've decided to do it in the Reformed Church in America.